William Bonac is in fact the 2020 Arnold Classic champion. And as we all know, he placed second to one Brandon Curry at the 2019 Mr. Olympia event. But with the absence of Curry, he was able to capitalize and get a victory over bodybuilders such as Dexter Jackson and, of course, Big Ramy Mamdoua Elsbaye at the Arnold Classic. But was the absence of Curry the only thing that earned him this title? Was he actually better at the Arnold Classic? Or was he even better at the Mr. Olympia event? Was he better then? Let's do this little comparison and find out. And it's hard to say, to be honest, from the front double bicep pose. One of his legs appeared to be larger at the Arnold Classic. You can see it was his left leg, and his right leg appears to be larger at the Mr. Olympia event, strangely enough. It's probably the stance, of course. He's standing one leg forward. But other than that, I believe his biceps might be a little bit bigger at the Arnold Classic. He's so consistent, guys, that it's really hard to tell. I believe he did have a leg injury. I'm not sure. But anyway, not exactly positive on that. Front lat spread, also hard to tell. Yes, I believe his left leg is smaller in the Mr. Olympia event. So that would ding him there and hurt the version for sure. But when I really look at these two, the lats are not very impressive at all for the Arnold Classic. In fact, the chest itself, maybe the abs, I don't know, look a little bit better for the Mr. Olympia. But of course, that smaller leg, the judges, definitely, if they're sticklers for symmetry like I am, they would vote the other way. But I mean, those lats, like I said, not very impressive at all for the Arnold Classic. So better version, I don't know. Side chest, basically the same story. I don't know. I almost like the chest better for the Mr. Olympia. It looks a little tighter, does it not? I don't know. Perhaps the legs look better for the Arnold Classic. It's strange that he is showing the smaller leg, but this is the side that he poses to. But the more I look at it, I think the glutes might be a little bit more striated. For the Arnold Classic, hard to say though. It's definitely not a better version, like a lot of people said. The side tricep, however, I do like the way he is striking the pose. He's kicking back that calf a la Dorian Yates. He doesn't have the best set of calves in the world, but on today's bodybuilding stage, he probably does rock the best set. Aside from Steve Kuklo, of course. I'm sure some of you were thinking, come on, Mark, mention Steve. His leg does look bigger, but it could be the angle, of course. Could be hard to get the sizes correctly when he's not hitting it the exact same way. But either way, I wouldn't say it's a better version. You have to go by the conditioning and the size of the muscles. Either way, the back development shows no favor at all for the Arnold Classic. It looks like he has a bigger donk, a big badonkadonk, a great big bum. See the size of his big bum in the Arnold Classic? Looks tighter and smaller at the Mr. Olympia, making his back seem bigger. I don't think it is, but because of the donk, his bum, his back looks smaller at the Arnold Classic. His hamstrings are better though, maybe. One of them looks pretty soft. His left hamstring looks very soft at the Mr. Olympia event. A sheen. He needs more sheen. He needs more oil. They mentioned that, of course, Bob Ciccarello and Luke Sandow. Rear double bicep, similar conclusion, although his glutes, they're a little tighter this time in the Arnold Classic, but it's a big bay donk. He needs to get rid of that donk. He said he was, 6 or 7 pounds heavier, which is a lot for a conditioned bodybuilder. And really, honestly, besides the donk, I just don't see it. And of course, one of his legs was smaller, so you might just as well say it was a more complete version for the Arnold Classic rather. The back, the lower lat, seems to be a little bit lower on the left side. Right side doesn't seem to be quite symmetrical. Uh-oh. What could be happening to William Bonac? Ab and thigh shot. There's the 7 pounds right there. You notice his leg, similar size, chest, similar size, but look at his midsection. I noticed that for sure watching the Mr. Olympia, and I even said that. This is William Bonac's best ab and thigh. He was a little undersized, but this was his most improved pose for sure. Look at that small waist. He's just full of poop. So that's where the 7 pounds is. Maybe a little bit bigger in the muscles, but I don't think 7 pounds worth. Anyway, we are looking at the most muscular, and there's no real way to decide a better version here. The chest, I don't know, right on par with each other, I guess. Arms. And the legs, they're displayed differently. So really, to be honest, it'd be foolish. I'd be foolish-hearted to think that I could tell you a better version. And it's not a judging venture where I'm saying, okay, this pose looks better than this guy's, because that's not the case. I'm looking for a better version. The crab most muscular, I'm in a similar boat than the other, just like the other most muscular pose. He is holding his legs similar this time, and they do look more cut in the Mr. Olympia version. Could be the lighting. Could be he is a more conditioned version at the Mr. Olympia. And I do believe he was slightly more conditioned. A little bit bigger. Like he said, he was 7 pounds bigger. But anyway, guys, this is William Bonac's last 2 versions. Is he getting better? I think he's pretty consistent. He's staying right on par with each other. A little unsymmetrical in the leg. A little bit bigger. A little bit more conditioned, perhaps, in the more unsymmetrical version. So I think right on par with each other. Either way, I cannot wait to see him at the Mr. Olympia. I predict him to win. Well, it's a far cry to predict a winner for right now. Anything can happen. But either way, guys, hope you enjoyed this little comparison video. Hit thumbs up if you did, and subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great day, guys.